second day, John's taking pictures of me at the gravestone now. I read on the plane that code breakers for decades have been searching the most visible public texts, like the gravestone and the monument and the sonnet's dedication. They put them into grids, and the secret lies in knowing the exact grid length that makes the keys line up so that they point to letters in the same positions in the private texts, thus revealing hidden message. Now, apparently, they never include punctuation in their grids, but I must have skipped that chapter because I'm counting dots, commas, and I notice a tiny difference between the rubbing that they sell to tourists and the actual gravestone. There's an extra dot in the punctuation. Strange. Fourth day, now I'm reading about John Dee, greatest cryptographer of the Renaissance, locked away a secret text grid, actually numbered, telling us the exact grid length, 24. Total 624 squares. So on a hunch, I add up all the characters in all three public texts, put them into the same 24 grid, including dots and punctuation, and it's one short. Then it hits me, that missing dot. Abracadabra. Imagine I was going to just make up a code out of thin air for my fictional story, and I end up being given the actual key to the whole mystery. And here it is, the double T. There are 5 sets of them, and they point to the same letter positions here in D's grid, revealing a message. But I noticed that the same key is in D's grid, 5 sets of double T's. And they point back to letters in the same position here, revealing a second message. Ciphertext and plain text work both ways, revolved. In the entire history of cryptography, this is unheard of. Except in Twelfth Night, Malvolio is trying to solve a code, and he reads a clue that says, if this fall into thy hand, revolve. No one made the connection. But if you revolve D's grid, the double T's now point to different letters here, revealing a third message, and these double T's give us a fourth. Now, just think of what this means. D's grid was locked away in a secret location, not found until 63 years after his death. These messages all refer to an altar stone hidden underground, remember? Not found until 1889. Now, why would he do that? Unless this was never intended to be solved back then. It's a message to the future, to us. We've all heard of iambic pentameter, right? 5 beats. To be or not to be, that is the question. But when he writes for magical beings, fairies, witches, he uses 4 beats. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. Living page, io stigmata, I have hewn desiderata. It's his magical calling card, a rhyming couplet. In modern language, it says there's a living page, a preserved record. Io means look at. The stigmata, those are Christ's wounds. They're represented by crosses carved into a consecrated altar stone. I have hewn, cut into stone. Desiderata is Latin for my desires, what I want you to know. He wants us to solve his magic trick. People don't applaud when you make something disappear. You have to bring it back. Why couldn't I just go to the church and tell them what they've got? Tourism. Stratford alone brings in over $500 million a year. Academia, out of about 100,000 universities and colleges worldwide, you know how many give courses in Shakespeare authorship studies? 2. Nobody wants this boat rock. So I go to the church and ask nicely, what do you think they'll say? Thank you, Alan? This is historic. Let's open it right now in public. Or are they going to take a look in private first? We all know the answer, and there are just 3 possible outcomes. 1, there's nothing there. Alan's a raving lunatic. 2, there is something there and it supports the official story. It'll be made public overnight. Alan's a hero. 3, what's in there debunks the official story. It'll remain private forever.